If you want to gain followers, there's 6 things you need to do right now. See, back when I started on X, it took me around a year to gain my first 1,000 followers. But then I discovered the 6-step method I'm going to share in this video, and I went from gaining barely 100 followers a month to now gaining over 500 followers every single month. And I'm just an ordinary person, so if it worked for me, it will definitely work for you. The first step is to just start posting. So many people want to do all this research and figure out all the best practices before they make their first post. But you will learn infinitely faster if you just take action rather than listening to someone else tell you what to do. A lot of growing on X is interpreting and then acting on data. But you can't interpret the data if you don't have any data. So don't worry too much about making these first posts good. Just get in the habit of making at least one post every single day. And you likely won't get very much engagement on these posts, but if you do, make sure to reply to every comment because this will make it more likely that these people will reply to you again. After you've formed this habit, it's time to start thinking about your niche. Now, you may already know exactly what you want to talk about, but if you don't, then just experiment with a few different topics and see which of them performs the best. Niching down is extremely important for growing an audience because at the start, you have no credibility. So why would anyone care about your content? But people do care about topics. So if you create content around one topic for long enough, you will start attracting an audience of people who are also interested in that topic. So for example, when I started my account, I talked about all kinds of stuff and I grew really slow. But once I picked X monetization as my topic and only made content about that, I grew a lot faster. That being said, the X algorithm is not like other platforms where no matter how many followers you have, your content can still go viral. So in order to get eyeballs on your content, you need to do some manual promotion. And the easiest way to do this is by replying to other people. So create a list of accounts in your niche and set aside 30 minutes each day to reply to everyone in the list. And as you reply to these people, you will start building a relationship with them and many people will return the favor. But this should not be something that's forced. As you reply each day, just comment the first thing that comes to your mind. And if you have to spend longer than a minute thinking about what to say, you're trying too hard. As you reply to your list each day, also look through the comment section for other people to add to your list. If you find a new account that you are interested in, visit their profile, interact with some of their content, and give them a follow, and many of these people will follow you back. As you repeat this process every day, you will slowly start to gain followers and get more eyeballs on your content. However, manual promotion will only take you so far because your results are tied directly to your efforts. So this can be a good way to get your first 1,000 followers, but if you really want to blow up, you need to create high quality content that gets picked up by the algorithm. High quality content provides some kind of value to the consumer. So for example, a comedian provides value by posting funny jokes, or a sports reporter provides value by sharing news and analysis. If you can't explain what value your content provides in less than one sentence, you will not gain very many followers. And the algorithm promotes content based on engagement. So in order to blow up, you need to create highly engaging content. But engagement is not just replies, likes, and reposts. According to X, engagement is anytime someone clicks on your post. So this includes bookmarks, shares, and even detail expands. That means you shouldn't focus on any one of these metrics because any of them can help your post blow up. And something that will help when one of your posts does go viral is having an optimized profile. Think of your profile as a landing page where the call to action is hitting follow. Most likely, the first thing people will see is your profile picture, and you only get one chance to make a first impression. So make sure your profile picture is clear, recognizable, and aligns with the brand you're trying to build. For example, every aspect of my profile picture is very intentional. I want to give off the perception that I'm professional and well put together, So I've used a picture of myself in a suit with a nice blue background. Next is your bio. Your bio should specifically and concisely explain exactly what someone can expect from your content. So for example, my bio is very clear that if you follow me, you're gonna get content about how to get monetized and start earning payouts. However, after someone looks at your profile picture and bio, they're ultimately gonna make their decision based on your content. After all, that's the reason you follow someone, is to see more of their content. So if you've been focusing on creating the best content possible, and then one of those posts goes viral, all your previous posts serve as evidence that you're worth following. All right, now the key to making this sustainable is to create a system, because growth doesn't just happen. Life is busy and it's easy to get distracted. So you need a system to keep you on track. In the words of James Clear, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. My system looks like this. Every morning before I make my first post, I reply to 15 to 20 other accounts. I call this preheating the oven because it helps warm up the algorithm before I make my first post of the day. After my post goes live, I reply to as many comments as I can. I used to reply to everyone, but as my account has grown, that's just not possible anymore. So now I just reply to as many as I can. I then repeat this process 2 to 3 times per day and leave at least 3 hours between my posts. I've noticed that if I post too close together, the engagement gets split across the 2 posts. And I'd rather have all the engagement concentrated on one post at a time, so I leave a 3-hour gap to allow that to happen. And my first post of the day is almost always written in advance. Anytime I come up with an idea, I stick it in my drafts folder so that when I wake up in the morning, I don't have to try and come up with a post. I just open my drafts, pick the one I want to post, and hit send. Then the 1 or 2 other posts I make are usually based on trends or conversations happening in my niche. Remember, I teach about X monetization, so I found that it's helpful to provide teaching in the morning and then share my angle on the ongoing conversations throughout the rest of the day. You are welcome to borrow my system or create your own, but you need to have some kind of system or routine to keep you on track. And as you go throughout the process, try not to focus on outcomes because you can't control those. The only thing you can control is whether or not you follow the system. And I can promise that if you show up every day and follow your system, you will gain followers because I was in your same shoes 1 year ago and it worked for me. If you want to hear more advice for growing your X account, I recommend watching this video where I explain how I gained my first 1,000 followers.